Welcome to the Savage Productions YouTube channel.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Savage Productions YouTube channel. Today we're going to be putting the engine inside of this Camaro, the 416 LS build that we did. We have it sitting over there in the engine stand. Dad pretty much assembled the entire thing on the stand, put all the oiling mechanisms and all that stuff all around the side. We are waiting on push rods so we can actually finish assembling the valve train, but we do have valve covers just kind of sitting on there, that way it doesn't get dirty. But we're about to drop this thing in the car. We've been kind of optimizing everything else. We cleaned the intake up, have it sitting out here drying. The inside was all dirty and dusty and crusty and oily and all that stuff, so we got it all cleaned up, put it in the parts washer, rinsed it out real nice, and it's just sitting out here drying. This is the old fender. He already popped that off. I actually painted up the cold air shield that they had on it. I cleaned it up. All the paint was rusting off of it, it's flaking off, so I got it all cleaned up, painted it and stuff. But the rest of this is looking pretty good. Dad pretty much did about everything that he could, so we can get it on here.
Yeah, we still got to put the back plate on and the rear main seal once we get it off.
Yep, and then the flywheel and clutch, and then pop it right on to the transmission down there. So it's been kind of a long time coming. The machine shop kind of had the engine for a little bit longer than we expected, and we didn't expect for it to actually get here whenever it did, so this thing kind of has been delayed just a little bit. We're gonna get this thing all finished up. Like I said, we can't really start it up today because the push rods are coming in on Monday, but we're gonna get the engine dropped in, put all the accessories on the front of the motor, pretty much get it all ready to go minus the valve train, and then Dad's gonna take care of it tomorrow. I can record, get the first startup recorded and all that, and you all can hear what this thing sounds like, because it's gonna sound pretty rowdy with the Brian Tooley Racing Stage 4 cam. Brian Tooley also apparently came out with a Stage 4 Plus. Dad looked on the website the other day and...
Well, it said, I don't remember seeing it, you know, before. Like it had, for LS3 it had stage, like 2, 3, 4. And then now it had, it said 400 plus cubic inch. So,
great.
But I don't remember seeing that before. But it's okay. That's what they recommended, was this one, because he is going to run nitrous too eventually. So
yeah, they
said this would be a good nitrous cam.
Yeah, these things sound rowdy either way. Yeah, I've heard them on some cars before, and I mean, there's guys who put the Stage 4 NA cam on their blower car just because of the sound. They make less power on it, but they just want the sound. So this thing's going to be looking pretty good once we get the engine in, and we also have a special surprise for the owner that we plan on doing. It's been here a little bit too long, so we just kind of want to take care of him and get this thing looking right. Okay, clutch and flywheel is on, and we are ready to drop this baby in. We just need to take the strap off of the transmission, put the floor jack up underneath it, get as much lift on it as we can, and then we'll just drop her in. After much shaking, because we kept the transmission in, it was a little difficult. Dad is now a supercharger.
Oh yeah?
You look like it. But the engine is in. We have some things we still have to line up. We have to get the bell housing flush to the back of the block, and still got to mount all this stuff on the front, obviously. We're gonna get these bolts on the top started, and then probably raise the car, get the bottom ones tight, lower it back down, and tighten up the top ones. Just make sure it's all lined up properly. Alright, so it is 11 o'clock. We've been putting all the harnesses that we can, pretty much everything else that we can on this intake, see, I'm tired, on this engine. So we've pretty much done everything that we can do, because we still have to take the valve covers off to do the tire valve train. We're going to have to put the headers in. That's probably the next thing that's coming, but that'll be done on Monday. But yeah, I mean, the rest of this, it kind of went together pretty good. You know, we learned more things about LS engines as we went on. Next time, there's those, you know, little things that you remember when you're familiar with any kind of platform that you just remember and do automatically. So, for instance, like the bolts that hold in the intake in the back, you can't get them in if you have the intake on, and you have to put the bolts in. So you have to put the bolts into the intake first, and then hold them up in the back as you actually put the intake in, because they would hit like right in there. So, you know, something like that. Just kind of those things that you learn as you get more familiarized with the platform. I don't know, we're excited. We're excited to get this thing together, get it all started up. It's gonna sound freaking amazing. I'm gonna include that in this video so you all don't have to wait. We got a few things to do on it. You know, prime it, put all the accessories on the front, the fans, all that stuff. Some of that we're not even gonna cover. So the next clip is probably gonna be us firing it up. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here, go get some dinner because we're hungry, and call it a night. All right, guys, so the time has finally come to where we're actually gonna be starting this thing up here pretty soon. We had some delays in shipping, actually twice. We had to order another set of push rods because we were being really picky with the push rod length because of the lifters that is on this thing. So they're actually comp cam short travel lifters, and you have to be pretty careful with the way that you set the preload on the push rods. So with these lifters, the push rods need to be at either 0 preload or a quarter of a turn of preload, and nothing else after that. And that's just the way that these things work because they're rated for higher RPMs. So we had to get the next measurement down of push rod that we originally measured. It wasn't an error or anything, that's just kind of how it worked out. But anyway, we got a lot of progress done on this thing off camera, and let me go ahead and show you what we have going on here. So first things first, we hooked them up with the old Savage Performance stickers on the quarter windows. I love these. They fit so well on quarter windows in general. And we also have a fender and a bumper cover on this thing now. And then I don't know if I showed you the other filter that was on it, but it was about this long. Oh yeah. So we replaced that filter with the filter that's actually supposed to come on this kit. It's a BBK. We also did a little bit of work painting this thing up. We, as in I, did this. I'm very proud of it.
Good job.
We also put some of the kind of molding around it to where it won't actually hit, because before the metal was just going through there, but now with this filter it actually has a very long rubber piece that actually slides on. So this is working. This is going to work really, really well. It's going to keep a lot of that heat out. Still have just a little bit of movement, but we cleaned everything up as much. Well, not everything. We cleaned a lot of stuff up, just kind of the main components. We also got our little tag right there. But we are heavily recommending short tuning for this. And he recommended that we actually go with a step colder of a plug than the ones that the customer provided us. So the customer brought TR5s, and these are the TR6s here. So
the TR6s is what we run in the GT500s. They're actually a step colder. We run those in GT500s that's making more boost. And also the 0304 Cobras, that's making more boost. We run them in the TR6s in them too.
So how do you enjoy doing plugs on this car, Dad?
This side's fine.
Yeah?
That side was a little bit of a bitch.
You don't want to talk about it?
I mean, they went in pretty easy actually, because I kind of know where they go. But yeah, it's just a lot tighter on that side.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on this side.
Yeah.
I was honestly surprised that we were able to get the headers in there with the engine sitting in there.
That was really freaking awesome. They just come right up from the bottom, no problem.
That's a lot better than any of the Mustangs that we were working on.
Yeah.
You have to freaking move the whole motor around. There's just a lot of room up underneath. Because everything's up top.
Yeah.
Okay, so Dad's gonna go ahead and throw one of our AFR gauges, or AFR O2s that we can read, into that bung so we can know what the AFR is. It only has it on one side, which is really weird. We thought that it had it on two, but I guess not. But he's gonna plug that in and we're gonna get this thing started. So here's the finished product. As you all heard, it sounds pretty dang good. I haven't heard it outside of the car, but I'm pretty excited to.
Yeah.
This thing sounds awesome.
Now we can get our detailers here to detail this thing up tomorrow.
Yeah, we're gonna have it detailed for the customer so he can really enjoy it once he gets it back. If y'all want to follow him, I'm sure he'll be posting some videos and stuff on his Instagram there, so give him a follow. Luckily we got our handy dandy snap-on OBD2 sensor, or whatever. What is that freaking thing called?
Scan tool.
Scan tool, yeah. And then we got the Aeromotive.
Wideband.
What is that?
Innovate.
Innovate.
It's a LM2.
Innovate LM2 wideband sensor.
This is actually a data logger and everything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can plug it into the OBD2, data log. I mean, actually I could do everything to it, but this thing here we can actually control stuff with it. That's why I wanted to plug this in.
Right.
I wanted to make sure his injectors were good.
Yeah.
We were kind of concerned he had a bad injector, but
Needed
so
to.
far they're actually looking good. So.
All right, he's going to crank it up, and we're going to go for a little ride. Taking the first little drive.
Yeah, keep an eye on the spark advance, because we don't know how much spark is in this tune.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get on it because it may have too much spark for this motor, the compression it's got.
Right. Definitely got the front window tinted a little bit.
Definitely got an exhaust leak.
Yeah. Give it a little romp for the people. Hey, spun that time.
Yeah, it's definitely got some freaking balls.
Jeez.
Holy shit.
Timing and air fuel and everything looks pretty good. We're not gonna hot dog it like crazy until it's tuned. Plus, engine and clutch needs to be broken in, but it's nice to see what it'll kind of do.
Yeah.
It's really got some torque, man.
Real responsive. Of course, that tune that's on it's got a tune. It's just it was tuned for the other motor.
Right.
Got on it just a little bit. We seen what, 24 degrees, 25.
The max that I saw was 27.
Yeah, so I don't want to. I didn't really. That wasn't wide open throttle either. That was part throttle. So I don't want to really do anything because this thing's got some compression. So when it's tuned under wide open throttle, they'll probably pull some timing out of it on wide open throttle.
Right.
I don't want to take that chance, you know.
Yeah. We'd be rolling it right back into the engine or into the shop bay. We don't want that.
Man, I can't believe how freaking dark that front window is, man.
Right now. Hey, you can't really tell that much on the video, but just look at the difference. Man. Alrighty. Well, that's going to conclude our little first drive here. job.
Hey.
Good job.
Yeah.
Friggin-
I think it's good. This is definitely an upper RPM cam.
Yeah.
And for what it, I mean, it felt really torquey down low. I mean, we didn't even get above like 4,500.
Right.
And it was feeling like really strong. I can imagine up top. I mean,
Yeah. If it can get some traction, it'll be
yeah, this thing should
pretty good runner.
It should freaking pull. It should make power to about 7,000, 7,500. That's why we ended up putting those short travel lifters in.
Yeah. Freaking thing sounds good, man. Cleaned up. We got the brakes cleaned up finally.
Oh, cool. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, that was cool. All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for the Camaro build. This was a super fun experience, I think, for all of us. Wouldn't you say, Dad?
Yeah. Well, especially anytime you do a bolt down style rocker arm and you use those short travel hydraulic rollers, lifters.
Yeah.
I mean, them things they're expensive, man, but they're just made for high RPM and spring pressure. So you got to make sure that the preload is perfect. You get too much preload, man, you hang the valve open at high RPM.
Yeah. Well, hopefully no problems arise when he goes to take it tuned or goes to get it tuned.
Yeah.
I guess he's probably gonna be picking it up. We're gonna get it detailed for him, and he's gonna pick it up after that, and then we're just gonna tell him that he can drive it down to get it tuned. He was gonna have it trailered, but the freaking thing, it drives really good, and it's pretty safe, I'd say, for just normal driving.
Yeah, I mean, the tune that's in it's really pretty good tune, man. It's the AFR were good.
Yeah.
The timing's good. Like I said, we didn't really, get into it hard at wide open throttle, but it drives and feels great.
Yeah.
So I think you could just drive it up there. I just think it may have it may have low timing, and I mean we don't know what kind of tune's in it.
Right.
It didn't have no compression before, so I'm assuming it's just got timing put in it, and which it may be fine with 28, 30 degrees or whatever these things are like up top.
Well, we'll see. But that's going to do it for this video. William's going to have it tuned. I don't know how long that's going to take, but we'll definitely have him tell us the numbers, and we'll share that on probably another video. I mean, it'll definitely be another video because I don't want to have to, wait to put this one out. But it'll be some other video down the road. It might be just thrown into a random video about another car or project that we're working on. So if you want to see how much this thing makes, be sure to subscribe and watch all my videos because I'll be posting it on there. I might also post it on a community post too, but I'm pretty sure you only can see that if you're subscribed to begin with. So anyway, thank you all so much for watching and following this build process along with us. We have tons of other videos if you want to watch those. We got other projects that we were working on and finished already, and some that are still in the build, like this 427 Fox body right here. Got a video coming out on that. Actually, it's going to be coming out before this one, so if you haven't watched that one, go and check it out too. But that's going to do it for today. Glad this thing's finally done, and we'll be moving on to some of these other projects here. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in another video.